All right, welcome back to Mr. Jeffrey's Algebra 2 with Statistics. If you hadn't done this already, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. And we may celebrate by listening to Mongolian chant music afterwards. You never know. Or we may be in the middle of the class and the police actually find me. Okay, so I got pulled over this morning, and I did pull over because I saw the cop coming, and then they never came and found me, and I waited for 10 minutes. So I could be a wanted man. Okay, so what's the frequency, Kenneth? So we are actually going to talk about frequency. This is the number of cycles per unit of time. Okay, like woo woo woo. That's what we're kind of talking about with this. Now, mathematically, this is what we're looking for. It's actually the reciprocal of the period equation from yesterday of b over 2 pi. So in our example, we have y equals 3 sine x. Okay, this is our b. Our b is 3 because it's right here. Okay, if you forgot that, that's on yesterday's lesson or yesterday's video. Go check it out. It's great stuff. Okay, now I'll plug this in. Okay, does anything reduce? What? Oh, A is the one in front of the sign. Good, you're paying attention. I totally screwed that up, and we're going to keep going. No editing in this place. Yes, B is actually right here. I'm sorry. This was the A. Okay. Some people are like, oh no, I'm taking notes in pen. That's your own fault. Okay. So B is 1. So we plug this in. Okay. And this, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to make you like multiply and all this kind of stuff to try to get pi out from the denominator. We'll just take our chances with the math SWAT team coming and getting us if that happens. Okay. Let's live life a little dangerously. All right. So moving on. Number 1, what is our B right here in number 1 for our practice? 4. Okay, so if we plug this in, this would be 4 over 2 pi, which is 2 over pi. Super. Are you wondering how that went from 4 over 2 pi to 2 over pi? Okay. What is 4 divided by 2? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's all right. So now on number 2, our B is a little bit more. Our B is actually 3 pi. Okay. So when we're plugging this in, 3 pi over 2 pi. Okay, just like what's going to happen when Mr. Jeffrey sees a pi during Thanksgiving, it's going to disappear. Okay, so I'm going to have 3 over 2. Or 1.5. Because all I'm doing is using the formula, putting it in. Is it starting to click? Are you overthinking it? Like, what part are you lost at? Like, where did I get? Yeah. Yeah, that's why the pies divide out. Hence the slash. And the joke about Mr. Jeffries in Thanksgiving that I'm going to cancel out the pie. There's no more. Hey, while I'm talking to you, what smells the best at Thanksgiving meals? Your nose. Okay, so some people are like, what? All right, our B right here is 0.75. Okay. Now, because I'm not super picky, if you were to write it like this, I'm going to kind of take it. Okay. Now, if there might be some other math teachers out there, you know who you are, that are going to make this more difficult for students. And they're going to make you write this set a 0.75 as a fraction, okay, divided by 2 pi, which is that's the same thing as a fraction, okay? If we keep change flip, oh, nope, I flipped the wrong way. Okay, this actually ends up being, 3 over 8 pi, okay? Now, this is what Mr. Jeffries wants, okay? This is other people, okay? We don't know exactly who they are, but we know they exist, okay? Some people are going to be like, no, all of our students going through high school are going to be great mathematicians. No, they're not. I know better. Okay. See, this is what's funny that this actually gets on YouTube and nobody realizes how funny some of this stuff is. Yeah. All right. Are we all good with those 3 problems? Awesome. Okay. Now, all right. So now we get to one of our first weird words of the day, sinusoid. Okay. Trust me, the question on your homework about frequency and sinusoid is worth reading. It is some of the best comedy I've came up with in math in a long time. Okay, a sinusoid is a big fancy word for the graph of sine and cosine functions. That's it. Sinusoid. Almost looks like sinusoid, sinusoid. I don't know. Yeah, sinusaurus. Okay, so now let's dive into this together. All right, so if we're trying to write the equation, okay, first thing we have to do is find k. All right, k is going to be our midline thing that we learned about yesterday. So we're going to take our maximum value, which is 5, plus our minimum value, which is -1, and we're going to add those together. Okay, so now 5 plus -1 is the same thing as 5 minus 1, which is 4. Okay, and then 4 divided by 2 is whole. Okay, wow. Now, so we know our k value is going to be 2. So let's look at it like this. Here's my midline. Okay, wait, hang on. I can do better. No, I can't. Okay, so, all right, now this is where it looks. Okay, so if it's sine or cosine, okay, now this is the most Jeffreynese that I could get this to be. Okay, most Jeffreynese. Okay, that's my language. Yes. So if it's sine or cosine, we look at the graph when x is 0. So x is 0 right here. Okay, this is the point right there. Is that at the max? No. So that basically means that this graph looks like this, which means it is, what shape does that make? A pretty, no, it looks like a weird S. Okay, remember I said the cosine looks like a cow's head? Okay, so this is sine. Okay, Sorry. I accidentally confused somebody. Okay, so our period, when does it repeat? Okay. All right. It starts here. It does a full cycle right here. Okay. Now, if this is pi and this is halfway between 0 and pi, what is our period? What? Okay. Remember on a unit circle, pi went from one side to the other. Yep, that's 180. And then what's half of that? 90. All right, so what was that? Okay, guys, oh my gosh, this is not as hard as y'all are making it out to be. Look, if this is pi, where it repeats is halfway through it. It's pi over 2. Okay, so that's our period. So we got to use that to actually find our b. So I'm going to put pi right here, and I'm going to put 2 right here. Now, we're actually looking for b. So we're going to cross multiply. Okay, so I'm going to get b pi equals 4 pi. Okay, I cross multiplied. All right, I'm going to divide out a pi. Yeah, b equals 4. I know some of y'all are like, what? Look, this is the first one. Remember, the first one is never great. It's never awesome. Okay, it's like when you're making pancakes. That first one is kind of, okay. Unless you're just one of those good people that just makes great pancakes on the first time all the time. I make mine a little bit Cajun. They're a little blackened sometimes, get a little crisp in them. Okay, that's right. Okay, now our amplitude. We're finding our A. Okay, so our amplitude is our max minus our min divided by 2. So this is 5 minus -1. Okay, so minus -1 is the same thing as saying, plus, yeah, so this becomes 6. And what's 6 divided by 2? 3. Okay, we have our K, we have our B, we know if it's sine or cosine, we have our A. Now we're ready to write the equation. All right, you ready? Put on your helmets. I'm about to blow your mind. Okay, so y equals, what's our A value? 3. It's a sine. What is our B? 4. And then the X goes there. What's our K? 2. That's it. Some of y'all are like, wow, that kind of hurt my brain. Yeah, I told you I'm not very fond of this one. Okay, I've tried to like break it down to its most component parts. I've tried to write it like I would want to be talked to if I was a student. Okay, that's just it. All right. So I know everybody's like, oh my gosh, that was 10 minutes for that problem. Not really, but we're going to come back. We're going to look at some more. Okay. I think we can all agree that finding the frequency is a lot easier than this other stuff. Yes. Okay. But potato, potato. Okay. Now, as you were doing this, you may want to take notes to write a note to your future self about what to do. Or, just live life like a hippie, just whatever. I don't care. All right. So I don't do calculations. I just move on vibes. Okay, so let's look at this one. All right. Now, going to try to show you some shortcuts right here. Okay? Y'all like shortcuts? Okay, think about it. This is in the middle because my max is here, my min is here. Okay? So if I were to add 2 and -2 and divide by 2, what am I going to get? 0. Yeah. My k is going to be 0 because that's the middle of my function. Okay? All right. Now, so is it going to be sine or cosine? Well, let's look at where it starts. Okay? It starts right here, x equals 0. Oh, that's at a maximum point. And it makes like the cow head. So this would actually be cosine. Okay? I've got to find my b. I'm a b, I'm a b, I'm a b. All right. So my period, which is, okay, I've got to tweak this a little bit. Okay. Okay. How long does it take to get back to this point? It goes from 0 to what? 2 pi over 3. Yes! Okay, so I set it up. I don't know why it's making me write crooked today, but, potato, potato. All right, so if we were to cross multiply, we're going to get 2 pi b equals 6 pi. Okay, now we've got to get b by itself, so we would have to divide 2 pi. Okay, what is 6 divided by 2? 3, yes! And the pi's cancel. Okay, so I can go ahead and write that up there. The last thing I need is my a value. Now, you could use the formula, or you can use something that is a superpower for some. It's called common sense. Okay, yes. Remember, common sense is like deodorant. People that need it don't use it. Okay, so rip. Now, if this is our midline, what's the distance from here to the maximum? Okay, what's the distance from here to the minimum? 2. So guess what? My A is 2. And I'm done. Yeah, I know. The common sense thing is what's going to hurt some people. Okay. What? The common sense thing? He needs a filter. All right. Oh, to deodorant? Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's look. Okay. This may not be a good one. Okay. But let's look. All right. So our k value, we start with the k value. Okay. That would be our max plus our min divided by 2. Okay, so this is 1 plus -3, which is -2, divided by 2, which is -1. Awesome. Okay, so That's 1/2, 1, 3/2. Okay, so this. Dang it. I'm drawing a straight line about as straight as a politician right now. All right. Nope, that's wrong. I got to move it up one. Ah, that's more better. Okay, that is our midline right here. Okay, so now, are we going to be using sine or cosine? Are you sure? How do you know? Okay, let's look at it. When x is 0, is this point at a maximum? No. It goes a little something like this. And yes, I totally dodged that line. This is actually a sine function. Yes. Okay. Now, how long did it take us to go from here to here? Okay. Kind of, well, all right. This would be, if this is 1/2, this is 1, right? 3/2, it's 1.5. What would be between 3/2 and 5/2? 4/2. And 4/2 is what? 2. So that's our B. Or that's not a B, that's our period. So we got to use that to find our B. Okay. So, oh, what did y'all just see that move? Okay. So we multiply. We get 2b equals 2 pi. I divide by 2. B equals pi. Listen, y'all are like making me rethink my life choices here. Well, when you good, okay, when y'all like are very quiet for these small things. Okay, now, okay, common sense one. Are you ready? If this is our midline, how far away is our maximum from this midline? It goes 1, 2. To our minimum, it goes 1, 2. So our A value is actually 2. I know some of y'all are like, what? If I could turn back time, it would get dark at 4:30. All right. So I see some of y'all, some of the gears are kind of clicking. Some of y'all are like, nope. Listen, hey, family reunion back there. Y'all quit being like prospects for domestic violence. All right. So let's look at one more before I turn you loose on some. Oh, no, I'm going to turn you loose on these now. Okay. Wait, do y'all want to do y'all want to do number 6 together? Y'all think y'all need to do number 6 together? Can I hear a special word that I need? Please. All right. Thank you. All right. So we're going to start with Y. There's going to be an X somewhere. I don't know, but that needs to be erased. All right. So, all right. We're trying to find our K value. Well, let's think about it. Between our max and our min, they're both the same. It's 3 this way and 3 this way. So our K is 0, but we also found our A value, didn't we? How far is it from here to here? From here to here? Yeah, 3. So that's our, okay. Now, we're going to look. All right, X is 0. Is that at the maximum? No. Okay, so that means it follows this path, which is what? No, we have two choices, sine or cosine. Sine, yeah, I said follow this path, and somebody said 3. Okay, all right. So all we need now is to find our B. Yeah, kind of. Something like that. All right, so this is pi over 4. This is pi over 2. All right, think about it. If this is 3 pi over 4, and this over here is 5 pi over 4, and there's a dot right in the middle, what does that have to be? It is not 6 pi over 4. Okay, think about it. 3 is over here, 5 is over here. There's something. Oh, yeah, it's 4 pi. Okay, so our period is 4 pi over 4, which is what? Pi. Okay. Okay, so we set it up. That's our period is pi. So pi over 1 equals 2 pi over b. Not multiplied, Jeffries. That's actually an equal sign. Let's not confuse more people by breathing. Okay, and so we cross multiply. This is b pi equals 2 pi. I'm going to divide a pi. Divide a pi. So our b actually equals 2. All right, you feel a little bit better, or y'all think we need to do one more? No, y'all think y'all could try the next two on your own? I'll shut off the recording, give y'all some time. I'll go back and teach it. Yeah. Okay. Silence is deafening. All right. So that's our lesson for today. Don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, leave a nice comment. Be thankful. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.